Hello, welcome to Handyman Learning RVs. In this video, I'm going to be installing ceramic window tint on my windows. I decided to go with a ceramic light tint of 70%, but it still blocks 99% of UV rays and 88% of infrared rays, which will reduce interior heating without reducing exterior view. I take measurements of the different windows so I can get a rough size so I can cut pieces to make it easier to install. I take the tint, roll it out, and I cut it. I use a roller cutter, but you can use scissors. Then after you cut it, it will basically roll up by itself. Then I just take them all and roll them up and get ready to install. Now the first thing I want to do is remove the screen. So you just lift up on it and it will pull out. Next thing you want to do is clean the glass. Clean the outside, then go to the inside too and clean that also. They do sell kits with squeegees and solutions at automotive stores, Amazon, and Lowe's. Now you want to take the solution and saturate the windows as best you can. Now the tint does have two layers, a clear layer and a tinted layer. Now you want to make sure the clear layer is facing the outside and the tinted layer is against the glass. You want to get it nice and flush on the glass and use a squeegee where needed to get it nice and flat before you start trimming. Then after you get it nice and flat, take your trimmer and just trim on the barely on the black. You just want to make sure that you're covering the transparent part of the glass. So just trim it around and then we'll be ready to go to the next step. I'm going to go to this corner, put a piece of tape on the inside and outside like so. And I'm getting it to separate. Now I'm going to roll the tint up and take it on the inside to install. Now that I take it inside, I take my solution and saturate the inside of the glass. Then I'm going to slowly start peeling away some of the clear layer of the tint using some solution to help it peel away. And I'm going to line it up on the back edge of the glass the best I can. And I might have to add a little bit more solution to make it slide. And then I'm going to just take the end and take my squeegee to get it to hold in place a little bit better. And now while I spray the tint with the solution as I pull away the clear layer to make it saturate. And just keep on working it over until the clear layer is completely off and the tint's flush against the glass. Now I'm going to check for wrinkles and stuff. Okay, everything looking good. So now I'm going to see if I have to reposition. If everything looks good, I'm going to spray a little bit more solution behind it to get everything a little bit more saturated so I can line it up a little bit better. Now once it's saturated, you'll be able to, the tint will be floating on the solution, so you'll be able to move it around to get it where you need. Then after you get it positioned where you want, you just start taking your squeegee and work from the inside out, squeezing out all the solution and air bubbles as you work your way to the edges. It takes a little bit of time and patience, but just keep on working it and you will eventually work out all the air bubbles and the solution. Now whenever the squeegee feels like it's getting a little bit harder to squeegee, just spray some solution onto the tint to make the squeegee slide a little bit easier. And just keep on going around, and if you see a little air bubble, just spray a little bit of solution and just keep on squeegeeing it all out, and you will eventually get all the air bubbles out. And you want to go around the edges real good to make sure you got all the solution away from the edges and it's nice and tight. Then wipe it down after it's completely done. Now I'm going to show you a different way you can do the tinting. You might find this way a little bit more easier. Again, first thing you want to do is clean the glass on the outside and on the inside. And then you want to saturate the outside glass again with the solution and take the tint and line it up. Now get the tint all lined up and just like before, and you want to trim it. Then after you get it trimmed, you're going to peel the two pieces apart again. But this time you're going to do the whole thing on the outside. Go to the corner, Take the 2 pieces of tape, peel it apart, and with it peeled apart, you want to start slowly peeling it apart while spraying solution. This way you can have it nice and saturated before you take it on the inside. And just keep on spraying it with the solution as you peel the clear layer off and get it nice and saturated. I go to the inside and I saturate the inside of the window real good. Now I'm going to come back outside and take off the tint on the outside of the window and has a full piece, making sure it does not touch anything as I take it back inside. Being very careful because the adhesive is exposed, so I don't want to touch anything. And now I'm going to open the glass to give me more room to position the tint. Just taking my time, I'm going to line it up and start using solution to get it nice and saturated as I'm lining up the tint. Still trying to position it properly and just line it up with solution, just load it up with solution. The good thing is when you do have enough solution down, the tint will be like floating, so it'll be so much easier to position. Now this glass will be to edge. So the back edge I really haven't trimmed yet. I'm not going to trim the back edge of the glass after I get the tint all the way installed. But you can see the tint right there overhanging a little bit. So now I'm just going to take my squeegee and start working my way around, working my way to that end. And as I squeegee, the air bubbles and the solution will come out. And just keep on going, working it, getting the air bubbles and the solution out. And then you trim the end and give it 24 hours to dry, and the window is now tinted.